Hello, veterans. This is Dennis Young with the Veterans Memorial Park and Digital Library, and I am here with a gentleman from Massachusetts, a veteran. And sir, go ahead and state your name, and can you please spell your last name for us?
My name is Joseph Zustra, spelled last name being Z-U-S-T-R-A.
All right, sir. So let's try to go back here in history a little bit, and let's just start back like where you grew up at, where you went to school, and then how, and your parents and family, and then how did you end up in the military?
Alright. Well, I originally grew up in Adams, Massachusetts. I went to Hoosick Valley Regional High School. Now it's slightly changed name. But went to school also my time through the various, Adams Memorial, then to CT Plunkett, then Hoosick Valley.
Okay.
Graduated in 1998. I have an older sister, Lila. She actually went to Mount Greylock over to Williamstown. Come from a divorced family, so I basically kind of got raised by 4 different parents. Made for interesting time when you got punished and better Christmases, although, so it was kind of a trade-off. Out of all, out of the 4 of them, my stepfather is one that actually served. He served in Vietnam in 68, 69. He was a major influence in my decision making. Actually, the biggest thing to kind of laugh at now, since I hit about 13 years old, just before I went to the high school time frame, he would always tell me, when you hit 18, I'm taking you down to the recruiter's office. It's like, okay, well, grand. But ultimately, hit 19, graduated, and one of my deciding factors to join the military was, it was the family side of it, to my grandfather. He served in World War II on my dad's side, and then, like I said, the major one was being my stepfather, David Lafreniere, served in Vietnam. I was going for the college route, and ultimately it was finances that got the better of me, and it seemed, if you would ask more out of my particular grouping in 98, most would probably tell you pretty close to it. We went in there for the college kind of purposes. So yeah, I joined originally for the perk of the GI Bill, and I figured I'd do my 3-year stint in the artillery, and I came home at 2 years in, and realized the war was so much bigger. I wanted to see so much more of it. So I do what any good soldier would do. I re-enlisted, but I did choose to go into a different career field. Originally I wanted to go MP, so I ended up choosing reclassification as my re-enlistment option to become an MP, military police. From there, I started at Fort Stewart, Georgia, with artillery. Then I hit Italy next for a few years. 1 year being deployed to Afghanistan. Go back real quick. I also did Kosovo when I was with 3rd ID when I was artillery.
All right. Yeah. So I'm assuming Army then.
Yeah, all Army.
I'm Army as well.
Yeah. I also supported the Liberia mission when I was over in Italy because they were the main task force that got deployed out. 173rd. My MP was 13th MP, and that's where we supported all CTAF missions at the time.
Okay.
Which 173rd did fall under CTAF at the time. Now it's Africa Command, or AFRICOM, something like that now. It's kind of changed over the years. Over that time, I got married. I have 5 kids that are mine. It's quite a bit of a story there. Military and being married don't always mix, unfortunately, and that kind of, the hours and deployments kind of really roughshod my first marriage and my second. And there was a lot of post-deployment stuff. I ended up having to go to counseling, and I strongly support going to counseling without question. If it is, even if you get a little bit out of it, it's better than nothing at all.
I'm very agreed.
And it's all about your effort. You get what you put into it. there were some rough times, no questions asked. For me, my trigger, was more seeing. Well, at the point in Afghanistan, there were the children. How big I'm going to raise my kids, and some of the things we see in regards to how kids are treated. Especially the female side of the house, and it was hard to swallow. Especially when you couldn't do much about it because you're limited to your rules of engagement. You can only do so much to support the local populace because your mission though is public awareness, and that goes along with the mission of peacekeeping. But we were still in combat operations, so you would see the injuries that the combatants through our actions or crossfiring. It is still hard. I'm not gonna go great detail because it might set me off, and I'd rather not. But I came back from that a very angry person, and I didn't seek counseling off the bat, which affected my family life, and that's the reason why I will always back counseling. I strongly suggest that any veteran or active duty, whatever may apply, if you have these issues that come along with it, recognize the fact. There's no shame in admitting that, hey, I need that help. You only better yourself in the long run, better your marriage, and better your community. Yeah, for me, it was a rough 5 years after I got out. A lot of things had changed. Trying to figure out the civilian side to it. I got out in 2014, and I took some time to get myself healthy, both mentally and physically. I was pretty well beat up. I got medically retired after 16 years. So I took time with raising my daughters, and now all my kids are in high school at home. My youngest is going freshman year, so I had none left in anything lower than high school, which is just dating. Makes me feel a little dated, to be honest. But at the same time,
my kids have been out of school for quite a few years, so I do know.
Yeah. So like them, I am actually back in school. I got with the VA with vocational rehabilitation, and I'm going to Southern New Hampshire University for a human service degree, because I can't carry a weapon anymore, but I got a lot of interpersonal communication training and how interviewing skills that you get when you're an MP. These certain levels of training that you have to continually refresh, and working in the social work field, or in my case, my main goal is to go into vocational rehabilitation, focusing on veteran side of the house. You gotta take the skill sets you're still able to use and understand that those skills are still very usable on the other side. And
of course.
I think the biggest takeaway I can give anybody who's listening is swallow your pride a little bit and admit that, hey, sometimes there are faults that you need help with. Because if you don't, you end up going down, tone be quicksand. You just kind of, you hear in the movies a few times, you just kind of get stuck, and then you sink deeper and deeper, or you go down the rabbit holes, another term that's used in counseling. It's too easy to think of negatives. The hard part is to understand how you can overcome those negatives to be successful. And let's face it, guys, comrades, we are trained to overcome the worst situations that can be put in front of us in the first day in place. We might as well apply that skill set into our personal lives when we step out of the military.
And that's very true. I will tell you, my counterpart, he was an MP in the Army, and he retired a while back, same as I did, and both over 20 years in the military. But he would tell you, he did a program. Have you ever heard of the Save the Warrior program?
Yes.
Okay, he did that more as a part of our digital library. He did that just as an observer. and found out as he was there that he actually needed it.
Yeah.
So it actually helped him and made him a better person. So yes, we definitely, commend you for doing that and seeing that light and getting help. And anyone needs help out there, you got to ask for it and you got to go for it because it will change your life.
Yep.
To the better, always to the better.
Yeah.
So I see the VFW now. I see District Commander.
I am District Commander at the moment. Yes.
At the moment in time, and that is great. So what's the plan for your district?
Well, I mean, for my districts here, we're in a phase of rebuilding, like most other districts. If you were asked, we lost a lot through attrition and COVID-19. So the goal for my district I have set is a couple of different factors, I guess, but mainly it's a membership goal, and you'll hear that a lot because the membership is what builds us to be able to support our community better.
Definitely.
But it's a two-hand approach. Sure, you get new members in, but you gotta make sure that the membership you already have is, and what I'm hoping to push more this year is community activity. Get out there at the community, the fairs and the community events. Get a booth out there so we can get our information out more. Because, like the programs we got, Voice of Democracy, Patriots Pen.
Yep.
I got one half of my lower half of my district. They usually put people in, but the upper half, northern half, we're kind of lacking because we're not getting the information out to the schools. Hey, these are scholarship programs, and by not doing that, we could be taking away prospective scholarship monies from the winner, if the cards fell that way, for that student to improve on. Help them with school. I mean, you're looking at almost 40,000 at national level for the highest award VOD. That's almost a 4-year,
in some schools, definitely.
In some states. But then you also got there's also scholarship opportunities for college students that are veterans. Getting out to the local colleges. For us, it'd be Williams College, Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts. Those are my two majors, and First Community College are my three major in my section.
Yeah.
Where they have the veteran community, but that community isn't being reached because if you only have one or two people pushing things out of the 100 or so members you have and books, you're doing a disservice not just to the post that you're assigned to, but also to the community at large.
Yeah.
I'm not so worried about the community service events because my guys are pretty good about that. Coat drives, donating money, to different organizational, for us to be First Community Action Council, which it supports the lower income families.
Yeah.
So it's really about getting membership involvement and also pushing to get more numbers.
I definitely agree. And I think we all go through that everywhere. Our districts, Ohio, I think we all go through that. Well, that is fantastic. Are you planning on going anywhere else, like to state level stuff when you finish your district?
This coming, not this year's elections, for this upcoming year's, we already got our nominations in. But I'm talking the following year, I will be running for state surgeon and start making my way up the chairs. On that
end. Outstanding.
So yes, I get my wife's permission on this, mind you, because I don't drive. So
we always gotta get our permission.
Gotta have my counterpart's permission and consider this because the amount of driving is going to be a bit silly. But she's on board. Another key thing, if you're a VFW member, happy wife, happy life kind of situation. Get with your partner, wherever it may apply. Make sure you got the support of your significant others, because you'll go so much farther if you have that kind of support.
Oh, definitely, I agree. I've been married 36 years, so I know, I agree.
And obviously support them in their ventures as well.
Exactly. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming in here today and telling us your story. Very, very interesting. And I think you put a lot of good information out too. This is kind of one of my better ones we've had. I like the idea that you said ask for help because it helps. I do appreciate that. Thank you so much, sir. I hope you enjoy out here.
You the same.